Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Yesterday in Baseball. My name is Luke. It is October the 15th, and we are in the thick of postseason baseball. We just had NLCS Game 2 last night, where the Dodgers pitching once again shut down the Brewers. We'll get into all that, as well as 3 things we liked from that game, 3 we disliked. We're going to do tonight's game out in Seattle, talk about our player of the day, and we'll be on our way and out of here. So, yeah, like I said, it was a big game out there in Milwaukee. Really kind of struggling to see the vision on how the Brewers can get out of this one and on to the World Series. But, I mean, anything's possible. We're just 2 games in. That's why we play best of 7. So, without further ado, we'll travel out there and recap it. The Dodgers and Brewers faced off for Game 2 with Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Freddie Peralta on the bump. The Dodgers got the win 5-1, but let's see how they got there. Per usual with a postseason series including the Brewers this year, action kicked off in the first inning as Jackson Trio hit a leadoff homer for the Brewers, making it 1-0. The Dodgers responded quickly though, as in the top of the second inning, Teoscar Hernandez hit a game-tying solo homer to make it 1-1, and then an Andy Pages RBI double made it 2-1. That was all the scoring until the 6th inning, where Max Muncy hit a solo shot, padding the Dodgers' lead, making it 3-1. That was the end of the line for Freddie Peralta, who had a solid outing, going 5.2, only giving up 2 runs and not having much run support. In the next inning, in the top of the 7th, Shohei Ohtani made it 4-1 with an RBI single, and then in the top of the 8th, Tommy Edman hit an RBI single to make it 5-1. But this whole time, while the offense is slowly pulling away, Yoshinobu Yamamoto was balling. He threw a gem of an outing. He threw a complete game, so 9 innings. He only gave up 1 run on 3 hits and struck out 7, powering this Dodgers team to a 5-1 victory and taking a 2-0 series lead before heading back to LA. So it wasn't too crazy of a game out there, kind of one-sided, but we're going to get into our 3 things I liked and 3 things I disliked from this game. We'll lead off with what I didn't like so we can finish on a positive note. Just off the top, the Brewers' pitching seems too unorganized. For them to be the best team in baseball coming into the playoffs, having the wildcard series to set up your rotation and everything, I get they've dealt with some injuries, and Mizorowski's been moved out to the bullpen and stuff, but it's really odd to me how every game has like an opener or something, and they can't just kind of go out there, kind of do what the Dodgers are doing and pitch your guy and just see what happens. It just seems very unorganized, and the bullpen hasn't looked sharp. And I mean, you're going to get those guys out of the bullpen if they pitch every day. The Dodgers are going to see them more often and going to learn. They're going to pick up stuff on them and then have more success on them. So from my mind, it just seems kind of like a poor strategy, with all the openers and everything. Just go out there, pitch Peralta, pitch Priester, pitch Mizorowski, and just see what happens. Give him a short hook. If things go bad, then bring in the bullpen. But it seems short-sighted to me. Just against a team that's so analytically advanced in kind of every front, they're excelling. I think getting more looks of your relievers against their offense is going to hurt you in the long run. The second thing I dislike is how dead the Brewers' offense has looked so far in this series, and it kind of goes with my third point, which kind of makes the series feel one-sided. I know it's been a close Game 1, and Game 2 wasn't terrible. It was still pretty close. But overall, Milwaukee just looked like they can't get anything going on offense. And, in a short rotation with just 3 guys have already faced half of it, or 2/3 of it, and they've only got, 5 hits? So, I don't know. It's from just a third-party neutral standpoint, it kind of makes it hard to watch. And it's just hard. I mean, it's one of the richest teams in baseball against the opposite, one of the cheapest, kind of most frugal and thrifty teams. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. But enough of the negatives, let's get on to the positives. The first thing I really like to see was the Dodgers pitching. I mean, you have to have the pitchers capable of doing it, but they've let them go deep into these games. It's kind of feeling like old school baseball. You got Snell going 8 innings last night, Yamamoto going 9, especially 9 while giving up runs. You don't see that too often. And they've really kind of shortened the amount that bullpen can get in there, which I think is a good thing for them because that's one of their weaknesses. Like, they learned from their mistakes with game 1. They took out Snell when he probably could have gone out in the 9th. The bullpen didn't look great and almost blew it. They're like, okay, Yamamoto, you're good. Go back out there for the 9th, and that went a lot better for them last night. So I'm impressed with their pitching staff for that, and I'm impressed with, their coaching staff for letting that happen. Next up, the very patient offense from LA has been really kind of fun to watch. They've been chipping away, not needing the big hit because everybody's getting it done, and you can tell that they kind of all trust that somebody's going to show up and get the job done. And that's what you need to be successful, especially in the postseason. You just need to not press, have faith that you can get it done against some of the best pitchers in baseball. So I like to see that from them. And the last thing I like is that road team has won every single game from every ALCS, NLCS game so far. Now that means if the Brewers are going to make this an interesting series, and same with Toronto, if that trend continues with that road team finding success, that turning point is going to happen now. So that's something to look out for with tonight and tomorrow's games. So those are the 3 things I liked and disliked from last night's game. Now our player of the day for Tuesday is another Dodgers starter because they've just been shutting it down and getting it done. We have Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He threw a complete game Tuesday, going 9 innings, giving up 1 run on 1 walk and 3 hits with 7 strikeouts. All that to a plus 35.8 win probability added. That's just a huge impact on that team. And the Dodgers have allowed just 5 hits so far in this series. That is the lowest number we've seen through 2 games in a postseason series since 2019, when the Nationals only allowed 4 hits in the first 2 games of the NLCS against my Cardinals. So they're doing some pretty historic stuff here, stuff that hasn't been seen for almost half a decade. So giving up a leadoff homer, battling through, getting through 9 solid. That's why Yoshinobu Yamamoto is our player of the day for Tuesday. Now as we look at tonight's action on Wednesday, we have Toronto taking on Seattle in Seattle at 8:08 Eastern Time, 5:08 Pacific on Fox Sports 1. Shane Bieber versus George Kirby is facing off. Bieber has a career 2.30 ERA versus Seattle. He gave up 2 in 2.2 innings against the Yankees in his only postseason start so far this year. And George Kirby hasn't faced Toronto this year, but he has a career 6.28 ERA versus the Blue Jays. Not great, but he's got a 2.7 ERA this postseason. He's been pretty solid. Should be interesting. Seattle's offense is absolutely crushing it, and they've shut down Toronto. But we'll see. Anything can happen. Like I said, the road team has won every game so far in this championship series for both leagues. So look out for that and enjoy that game tonight. Should be a fun one. That's all we have for Wednesday's show for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I've had some fun baseball this week, and it's not over yet. It's just Wednesday, and we're already into Game 3 in the ALCS. Be huge if Seattle could go up 3-0. It would be neat for them if they were to clinch at home. But we'll see. Either one of those teams going to the World Series would be a lot of fun. But please like and subscribe if you enjoy this sort of stuff. And I hope to see you guys back again for Thursday's show. Thank you again, and take care.